At some point, every trend becomes dated, but that does not necessarily mean you have to get rid of them. Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and in this video, we're talking all about some dated, or what is considered to be dated home trends that I actually love and I think can be incorporated and you can work with that don't have to be taken out of a home because they actually give it character. This is like part 3 in this series. I will link the first 2 in the description box down below. You really loved them, and of course, here we are again. So be sure you take a moment and hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification to get notified every time I upload, and let's get into the video. Now, the first trend that I actually think gives a home a lot of character and gets a really bad rap are the floor-to-ceiling mirrors. And every time I say this, I get looks, but I really think that this is just kind of a preconceived notion people have, and they're like, oh, the mirrored wall is dated, it's dated, it's dated. Maybe it is, but I think it adds some character. It says something about the home. I think it's really interesting. And if we're being completely honest, the problem isn't the mirror. The problem is the reflection. You have to know how to decorate with a mirror to make it work, to make these like mirrored walls work within a space, because you're basically doubling the visual size of the room, and everything that's in that space is going to be reflected in the mirror. That's the biggest consideration you have to take. What you can do if you have a wall of mirrors in a space, make the space a little moodier. Put some sheers, some curtains or drapes, add some lamps and some lighting that's very soft. That way you don't get such a harsh glare from sunlight, from having big windows in front of this, or whatever that is. It creates a space that's a little bit moodier, and reducing the amount of light in the space will reduce the amount of light reflected and actually make the space feel smaller, feel a little cozier and warmer without feeling cramped. The fact of the matter is that the mirrors are not the problem, it's the reflection. Consider what is reflected in that mirror before you just say, oh, mirror walls are dated, they have to go. Maybe they are dated, and maybe it's something that we shouldn't add into houses anymore, but that doesn't mean it's not something that's indicative of the time period. It's not something that can't be worked with or incorporated into any style. This was really, really cool in like the 80s when we kind of had that revival of Art Deco. Some of those traditional styles are really fun, but you can also take this to a really cool modern, postmodern, even mid-century place that can be really swanky, really cool, and really elegant. And that's the thing about the mirrored wall. It was in these very swanky type of places where you have a lot of soft furnishings and very voluminous shapes, really interesting and really beautiful, and something you can decorate around. And the reality is you can try and do that before you have the mirrors removed, and if they're still not working for you, maybe then you can opt to do that. But I don't necessarily think mirrors or a mirrored wall makes a home look dated. The next thing that some people say makes a home look dated that I absolutely love, and actually I've seen this in the comment section a few times, and I actually referenced this in a subscriber home makeover video I did, that I really loved sloped ceilings. And this can mean a lot of things. It's kind of like when you have a bedroom in the eaves of a house, or when you just kind of have that angled on the wall of the ceiling. I think that's so cool. And I'm not just necessarily talking about the vaulted ceiling. Hey, we love a vaulted ceiling, super in right now. Obviously doesn't make a home look dated. These spaces lend themselves to feeling more traditional and can give you a little bit of that cottagey kind of vibe. And I like it because I think it makes the space look cozy. It brings so much character to a house. And this is also a great way if you kind of have a bulkhead, a soffit, or something impeding the ceiling of a space. You might even be able to fake this and add it in to create a little bit more of that coziness. Something that's really great about this, and you can distract or disguise from it if you have it, you can actually just paint everything the same color in a darker shade. You can wallpaper everything in a pattern that will help to disguise whether it's like a soffit built into the ceiling, or if you are in the eaves of a home, you have a slope ceiling of some sort, it will help to disguise that. Although if you have a slope ceiling in a more like mid-century modern style place, of course those high ceilings are going to be gorgeous. They're a selling feature and everybody loves them. And if you have a vaulted ceiling, hey, love that too, with some beams in it. There's nothing wrong with that and we love it. But some of these spaces that just have that little bump out in the ceiling, or they have slope ceilings, they're in an attic type of bedroom. I absolutely adore these spaces, and I think that they are really impactful, really bold, and really beautiful. I think a sloped ceiling is actually really fun, really beautiful and unique, and it speaks to the character and style of the home. I don't think it's something that feels dated, and to me, on a home, this is a selling feature, it's a design feature, and it's something that I appreciate, I admire, and I'm actually looking for. The next dated home trend that I think is worth keeping, and I really don't understand the opposition to, well, I get it, but I don't get it, is actually shiplap. And the reality is shiplap got really, really popular with the farmhouse style, and some people are over it. I think it's okay. I think farmhouse is great, whatever. If that's your style, it's your style, and I think you should take advantage of it. But I don't think that shiplap is dated by any means. Shiplap is just lines. That's all it is. It's just lines. It's boards with lines, and they're flat boards with lines. You can use that to accentuate or incorporate into a space in a lot of different ways. You know, I have shiplap ceilings that I absolutely adore. Be sure to check out my dining room makeover video to see them. And I think they bring a lot of character to my home because of the way they're used, the places they're in. I think they're beautiful. But I think also like a shiplap wall or a shiplap accent wall is really cool and can be fun and can be used to take advantage of a space, especially if they're done on a multitude of walls. You know, if you did an entire room in shiplap, you could then take advantage of like a horizontal line to make the space feel bigger or make the space feel a little smaller. You could do vertical shiplap to make the ceilings look taller. Adding in horizontal or vertical lines is a great way to take advantage of a space. I look at shiplap almost like a striped wallpaper. You can do a lot of things with it. It doesn't necessarily have to be dated. And if you have shiplap that you're like, Garrett, I'm a little over the shiplap, like what can I do about it? Paint it a color, paint it some interesting color, paint it black, paint it blue, paint it green, I don't know. Paint the shiplap because it can have a really, really big impact. If you're looking at it and you're like, it's very white, it's just a texture here, it's not really giving me what I need, it's feeling dated, paint it. What do you have to lose? If you were gonna take it down, I mean, painting it is just a can of paint. Take the time, paint it, see if you like it, and I guarantee you it will have a big impact on your space and change the way you feel about it, because I really like shiplap, and like I said, it's just lines. When something is done well, it's not a trend, it's timeless. And trends are based off of timeless things that are then expanded on, which leads me to today's video sponsor, CARDI. Some of you will know I am working on my studio makeover, and CARDI found out about it, and they reached out to me and they said, Garrett, sweetie, the best recognizes the best. They decided they wanted to be a part of it, and they sent me an incredible sofa, and I am so happy to be telling you about them. The thing about CARDI that a lot of people don't know is that it's actually a designer go-to, and it's a favorite for a lot of us. They manufacture and design, they produce their own product, and they sell it to other stores, which means you can go direct to CARDI and get a nice discount on some really incredible pieces. Their focus is predominantly on mid-century and postmodern style furniture, but they have options for every style and every space in your home, which is why I of course was like, CARDI, like obviously, let's work together, let's do this. And I'm so happy because they sent me the Swagger 83-inch sofa in the Blanc Boucle. I've been talking about Boucle and how I'm really interested in it and how I actually wanted to invest in some of it. But maybe you're saying, Garrett, Boucle is not my thing. CARDI has got you covered because their sofas are available in a number of fabrics and finishes to suit any style, any home, any taste. They also sent to me the matching Swagger ottoman and these two really fun round pillows that are sold separately. One of the things I love most about this sofa is that it actually has a kiln-dried ash hardwood frame that's Forestry Stewardship Council certified, meaning not only is it incredible quality, it's structurally amazing, this is like heritage quality furniture. On top of that, they're also doing their part to ensure the environmental sustainability and their practices. I absolutely adore the quality of this, and in every product they produce. They actually import all of the wood from Australia, so it's got a little story to it. She went on an adventure, and I love that. The other thing that I'm so impressed with is actually the quality of the boucle. Not all boucle is made equally, and this is on another level. 590 grams per square yard, means that it's ultra dense and it won't like snag, it doesn't pill. It has a 100,000 double rub count. 50,000 double rubs is considered commercial quality. 100,000 double rubs, meaning this thing is never pilling, it's never going anywhere. And what a double rub is you can sit down and get off of it, is one double rub. That means that I could sit on and get off that sofa 100,000 times. And it's going in my studio. I'm gonna film on it. That's 100,000 videos. And I know you all are here for it and you will watch every single one of them. And I love that for us. But the quality is insane and I think this is absolutely beautiful. Something about a bench-like seat like this, because it's one long cushion. If you sit on one side, the other side shifts. CARDI thought about that and they said, no, that's canceled. And they have put Velcro on the seat, meaning that it stays in place. I can get up, I can get off, I can lay down on it, and the cushion never shifts. It's really incredible, beautiful quality, and amazing, amazing structure to this. It's a piece that I will have for years to come. I'm always thinking about a piece in terms of the next 5 to 10 years. This got delivered, I'm thinking 15 to 20, because this piece is amazing. It's not only sturdy and structurally sound, it's got weight to it that tells you it's good quality, but it's not so heavy that I can't actually move it myself. It's a beautiful piece of furniture, just like everything they produce. They have so many incredible pieces, and I definitely recommend you check them out and use my code LeChic for 5% off. While I think my sofa is timeless and nobody is arguing that fact, the next thing that people tell you that maybe is a little bit dated and you need to upgrade in your home that I don't necessarily agree with is the color avocado. I think it's really fun. I think avocado is a great color. I think we took it a little bit too far with the like avocado rugs and bedding and refrigerators and appliances and everything. But I think avocado is a great color. It's a really beautiful accent and can be incorporated into a lot of different styles. I also think it serves as a really great neutral but pop of color in any space. If you have a space that's very warm toned, bringing in a little bit of that avocado, it's like a fresh take on it. I mean, who doesn't love avocados? So why wouldn't you love avocado green? I think avocado rug is beautiful, and I do love a vintage avocado refrigerator. I mean, I think that is really cool and really timeless. You could also incorporate maybe some like avocado colored small appliances in your kitchen as a throwback. I think that's really fun. Avocado is actually like a really amazing color to use as a pop of color within a space, any space, be it a kitchen, a bathroom, your bedroom, a dining room, living room, whatever. I think avocado is actually a really, really fun color to incorporate. I think you just need to be careful about how you use it in a space. But at the same time, I don't think anybody is doing avocado wall-to-wall carpet anymore. If you know where some is available, I mean, I guess you can let me know. I'm not gonna use it, but it's always fun to know, right? I actually think avocado is a color that can be really fun, incorporated into a space beautifully if used in moderation. And I think it's something really fun from the past. It's kind of a throwback and will give you a little bit of that vintage feel without a space having to necessarily be like dated or like authentic to that time period. And I think it's a really great alternative to bring into a space to have a little pop of color that feels a little bit more neutral than bringing in something like a jewel tone. Not that I'm opposed to jewel tones. I mean, sapphire blue is my color, but that's not the point. The last dated trend worth keeping, in my opinion, is actually a furniture piece, and that is the secretary. And I see these all over the place. I absolutely adore them. As a matter of fact, I have a desk, a secretary style desk. I'm keeping it a secret for now, being delivered soon. That will become a part of a room makeover. You will see on the channel. Be sure you're subscribed for that. But I absolutely adore a secretary because of how useful and how convertible these pieces of furniture are. They typically are a desk. I mean, that's what it is, and they're great to be used as a desk. But a secretary can be used as a bar. It can be used as a makeup vanity. It can be used as a homework station. It can be used for a lot of different purposes. There are also a lot of break fronts that incorporate secretaries that can be used almost as like serving areas where you can lay things out and do your dishes and pull things out of drawers. I think that's always a really amazing idea. These are also really great if you are limited on space or if you're the type of person that you don't necessarily need a big desk, but you don't want to see clutter because they fold and tuck and hide away. A lot of times they'll have cabinets on top of them, or you could opt for something like a French secrétaire that has a flat front. These are also really beautiful and really useful. I actually see these used a lot of times in bathrooms. That's very in right now, where they're used for holding your skincare, your beauty products, rolled up towels, that sort of thing, because they are extremely useful and extremely versatile pieces of furniture. Not only does a secretary have drawers or have a door, some sort of storage, it has a desk, and then it might even have a display cabinet part of it that can really take advantage of a small footprint or area of space. These are really beautiful, very timeless, but they can be incorporated into any style. I recently heard someone say that every room should have an antique. And of course, you know me, I could not agree more. But there are actually Danish and mid-century style cabinets that can be used as secretaries or as bars or whatever you want them to be. There's French Empire style cabinets. There's all sorts of them that you can incorporate into any style space that will not only suit your style, but enhance the usability of that space. And we all could use some more storage. Well, there you have it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And I want to hear from my subscribers. What's one more trend, idea, piece of furniture, or something you think is underrated and gets told that it's dated and you're like, I don't agree with that at all. Like, it's an amazing piece. Share that with me because I'm looking for some ideas. And you know I love to engage with you in the comment section down below. Be sure you give this video a like. And I know that you know someone that maybe they have some of these, maybe they got a mirrored wall, maybe they have a secretary or they're thinking of getting rid of it. Share this video with them because friends help friends, and I will see you in the next one.